What's up, guys? It's TRT77 again, here with my week 7 game of season 4 of the BDL. This week we play Ari, and this game's been a little bit delayed because of the holidays, so we're getting back on track with the BDL games now, with our game weeks coming back to normal duration. Um, so, as you can see on your screen, Ari's got quite a threatening team. He has a Rillaboom Mega Camel core, which I think is a very underrated core in draft. He's got breakers with Swellow, he's got Troodon, he's got Nidoqueen, which is an absolute terrible matchup for my team on most senses. He's got Mian Xiao, which is a really good cleaner. He's got Drud, he's got Cradilly. Um, Basically, looking at his team though, I still feel like I have the matchup edge on him overall. Even though Rillaboom makes this a much more difficult game for Tapu Fini. You know, our star and shining light Tapu Fini is probably not gonna get as much attention in today's game. We'll have to see, but like, it's not gonna stop me from bringing a sweeping set with it. I'm bringing Iron Defense Tapu Fini this week with Draining Kiss, Stored Power, and Calm Mind. In addition to an SD, a pretty standard bulky SD Scizor, which in the right senses can sweep, but it depends on which mons he brings. Should he bring a mon like Rotom, or should he bring Jirachi? It's probably not going to sweep because we do not have U-turn or knockoff on that set. We're bringing Paraspam between Serp and Miltank. Miltank's carrying T-Wave and Serp's carrying Glare. I think it's kind of funny that I'm able to bring Paraspam with a Misty Terrain team, but I feel like people underestimate how few turns Misty Terrain tends to last for when it's coming off a Tapu Fini abusing its own terrain to stay from, to just avoid getting status. Also, I think in general, I've noticed one trend a lot this season is just that in general, Misty Terrain is mostly up when I need it to be unless Pangoro's on the field. So we got Serp, pretty standard choice scarf Serp with Leaf Storm, Dragon Pulse, Glare, and Knockoff. Glare and Knockoff is just in case he brings a very bulky Jirachi, or he brings like a Calm Mind Jirachi. We just have an option there, or even like an AV Jirachi. Miltank is just there to get up rocks, T-Wave things, and be annoying. That's basically its job. Miltank's EV to take up close combat from Jolly, Mian Xiao. It's even adamant as well, as long as it's not Life Orb or boosting item. And it can take a hit from Swellow, from Mega Camel, from Nidoqueen. You can just get a good bit of chip with Seismic Toss, so just scout the set pretty well. The reason we have Paraspam this week is because we have Victini, Slicktini coming in with an AV set with Power Up, Punch, V-Create, and Future Sight. The logic being Future Sight hits a lot of the mons that will likely switch in, like it does hit Porygon, which I'm assuming will be his V-Create check, and which will show up this week as a Fizdef Rocky Helmet set probably. Or Nidoqueen doesn't want to switch in and then have to stay in for a Future Sight. And Future Sight plus a +1 V-Create kills pretty much every Mega Camerupt. So this is the 6 that I am bringing, guys, and I will hop right on into the game. Now jumping into the game, guys. As you can see, I'm a little surprised to not see Mega Camerupt, but I'm also a little worried to see Rotom here because seeing both Rotom and Jirachi there kind of means that Mega Scizor is not gonna sweep this game. More than likely that it's not. And Rotom is probably like I'm not sure what set this could be. It could be a Choice Scarf Trick set. I'm really unsure because we have to scout this out for sure. He did bring Nidoqueen, which is expected. Rillaboom was expected. Troodon, I think this is a Fizdef Troodon more than likely. I think Mian Xiao is probably the Scarfer. It's one of Mian Xiao and Jirachi. It has to be a Scarfer in this game. So let's just jump right into it. We lead Miltank as he leads Mian Xiao, and here I'm just gonna click T-Wave. I see no reason to. Close combat doesn't kill us. He U-turns. Worst case he goes Rotom. I just get rocks up. It's not a real huge deal. Or we get chip on Nidoqueen. It's fine. But he reveals the fake out, which on calc 9% was damaged from a jolly 252 Mian Xiao. Now I'm a little confused here because I think that means he's not Scarf, but For now, I'm not sure what his item is. But again, I'm just gonna click Thunder Wave here as he goes for the knockoff to get rid of our lefties. And we have Mianshaw Parrot, which is absolutely brilliant. Here I make a huge misplay where I go into Scizor instead of going into Tapu Fini. Here I should have calced this, and I assumed this close combat wouldn't do as much once I megaed. But here it was I had to double out because I couldn't stay in there. And it was actually, to be honest, I did kill with Bullet Punch there. Should I stay in? But I just didn't want to take a risk there on the roll and then lose a switch into Rillaboom right there. But I definitely misplayed Scizor right there. Now I'm just going to Fini. He does 22 standard damage. I'm just gonna click Draining Kiss here because I don't want to overpredict or anything. He goes into Nidoqueen. Fair enough, all's fair. I'm just gonna go back into Scizor. He reveals the Poison Jab, so I think he is probably Physical Life Orb, which is probably one of his best checks to Fini. But I'm assuming he's got Flamethrower on this set as well. Here I'm just gonna get. I'm at this point. I don't see a whole lot of ways I can roost up Scizor, and it's not really useful for me in chipping either Jirachi or Rotom, and I've already got Mianshaw Parrot, so I'm not super worried about it. I still have Miltank at 75 and it's Sap Sipper, so and I still have Victini at full health, so I'm not super worried about checking Rillaboom either. So here I'm just gonna Bullet Punch to get some damage off on Nidoqueen, and he does reveal the Flamethrower, and we do lose Mega Scizor early. Now I feel like I definitely misplayed Mega Scizor here, and I feel like I could have played it better. But we're gonna go into Nidoking because now Nidoqueen's in range, and we Ice Beam, and it does 30. And immediately I know this is max HP, max Spidef, plus Spidef Nature Rotom. There's no other Rotom would take so little from, even though this has only got 8 special attack on this Nidoking. Like, it's still Life Orb, Sheer Force. There's no way it only does 30. So I'm just gonna Protect here to see what he does, and he clicks Pain Split. Now I'm just gonna go into Miltank because let's see what's the worst he can do, and he clicks Will-O-Wisp with fair play, but I guess we don't really care. We only have Seismic Toss. We can't touch him anyway. I'm just gonna go at this point. We are faster, which I honestly I should have realized that based on the previous calc. But here he's gonna go into Mienshao. I'm just gonna get Stealth Rocks up here, and he does get fully parried, which does suck for him. I'm gonna be honest. I'm really sorry for this because this would have cost us Miltank, but I wasn't too worried here because if he killed me here, I just go straight into Tapu Fini and click Iron Defense. Here I'm just gonna go into Tapu Fini because we know 3 of his 4 moves, and now he reveals U-turn, so he doesn't have Poison Jab. He can't touch Tapu Fini. And here I spent a lot of time on this turn because I had to think whether he had Thunderbolt, which would have done 40 to 48 without me clicking Calm Mind, and whether I should just risk the Iron Defense here. And I choose to switch, and he clicks Defog, which I'm really surprised by because now I know that he's willing to give me free turns for setup. So he's more than likely a banded Rillaboom, and he thinks he can banded Woodhammer or Glide or something of that sort to revenge me, so he's not super worried about setup Fini. Here I get the evasion boost, but again, I'm not I'm never the most lucky person, so I'm not gonna count on the 1.33 evasion boost for anything. But I'm just gonna Leaf Storm here, and it does nothing to Druddigon. Now here I'm gonna have to switch out because even though Gunk Shot doesn't kill us more than likely, because I don't expect him to be offensive on Druddigon, I think that the wiser play here is to switch out because I need Serp. There is a situation where I can still win this game with Serp. So I'm just gonna go into Miltank. Again, I've been trying to sack this Mon for a while and it just doesn't die. So here he's gonna switch. I'm just gonna click Stealth Rocks. He goes into Rotom again, which again I'm quite surprised because so far he has shown this Rotom really can't touch Miltank and we're faster. So I'm just gonna click Miltank. I see no reason to not click it, and he clicks Defog again. Here again I'm just gonna get up rocks. I'm gonna try keeping up rocks as much as possible because it's just guaranteed chip on different mons. He goes into Rillaboom. I know that he has to scout for me being Sap Sipper here, and he doesn't know if we're not Sap Sipper yet. But it comes down to what does he click here, and he can't. He's obviously slower than us unless he's Choice Scarf. So if he's Choice Scarf, he might still be faster than us because we're not much speed. Apologies. But still, we can just get some good information here, whether he's carrying superpower or such. And if we click superpower, we just go Victini. So I'm not too worried here. And we get the Thunder Wave off. We're faster, which tells me he's more than likely, and that is banded damage. So he's probably got a lot of HP, but he's definitely banded. Again, I'm just gonna Milk Drink on Rotom for days as he opts to Volt Switch out, and he goes into Jirachi. Now here, I'm just thinking, what's the best and worst case scenarios? The best case scenario here is he clicks Iron Head and we don't flinch, and I get the T-Wave off on Jirachi. If we do flinch, RIP Miltank. Like, so be it. I'm not super fussed on losing Miltank at this point. It's done its job. It's para at Rillaboom, it's para at Mienshao, it's gotten rocks up, so I'm not too offended if it goes down here. We do get 2-hit KO'd by most moves he clicks, and he clicks Zen Headbutt here, which I'm a little bit surprised he clicks Zen Headbutt instead of Iron Head. I guess maybe not. Actually, I'm not sure why he didn't click Iron Head there, but Zen Headbutt does have 10% less chance to flinch, so we do break through and we do click Thunder Wave. Now we have Jirachi T-Waved as well, and we're faster, and I think at this point we get the Milk Drink off, and at this point he's gonna have to switch again, and again he goes Rotom here. Now we obviously don't get any chip on Rotom because it is a ghost type, and again I'm just gonna Milk Drink up. This is probably a little bit like Miltank is just super annoying for his team right now, and now he's gonna go hard into Mienshao, but I'm just gonna get Stealth Rocks up. At this point though, I know for a fact that I can go Tapu Fini on his Mienshao and get unless he clicks U-turn here, we get the freest iron defense ever. But he does get fully paralyzed, which again, I'm sorry, but again, I've got pretty much his whole team para at this point. It's bound to happen. And here, I'm just gonna click Iron Defense, and he goes into Jirachi, which I'm a little bit surprised because if Rillaboom is banded, and banded Glide does still 2-hit KO at +2. So he does, I mean, obviously he didn't see the Iron Defense before this, but I think it's pretty obvious looking at his team as well that he probably predicted this set. But again, I have no reason to not do anything here other than click Iron Defense again, because again, Jirachi is not going to do anything to me, and he does get fully parried, which is unfortunate. But again, it did really not do anything outside of flinch me down. So I'm just gonna click Calm Mind because I'm done. I'm just gonna start setting up here with Tapu Fini, and here he goes into Rillaboom, but we're at +4, and unless he's got Wood Hammer in the back, he's not gonna do a whole lot of damage to us. And we've already seen that he's slower than Miltank before the para, so he's definitely slower than Tapu Fini here. So he has to Glide here, if anything. And Glide is doing 38%, which is not enough, which lets us get another Calm Mind off. And the thing is, his own terrain's aiding in our recovery. Again, he clicks Glide. Here, I'm just gonna Draining Kiss because now we have enough special attack to get some health back. And we're back all the way up to 86. And this is going pretty well for us so far. And we just have to pray to not get crit. At this point, if we don't get crit, we win the game. Don't get crit. Don't get crit. That's it. That's all it comes down to. Does Rillaboom crit us here? Does he come clutch on what could be his final move this game? And do we go down? He clicks Glide and we don't get crit. And that means Tapu Fini is gonna pick up kill number 16 for the season by getting rid of Rillaboom. And I think at this point, this is game. Again, unless subject to crits and flinches at this point. So here, I think he has to go. He goes Nidoqueen, and we are faster than Nidoqueen, which actually kind of surprised me because I was expecting him to bring a faster variant, but I guess with it being mixed, he did choose to probably take IVs away from speed. And moving in, our next Mon is Druddigon, and here again, I think I misplayed this turn. It didn't end up mattering as much. He is Sheer Force because we don't take rough skin damage from the Draining Kiss. And I should just click Stored Power here and killed it, but what I came to find after the game was he was AV Druddigon, so that's why I would have likely. I'm not sure if he lived the Stored Power, but we risked the crit on Gunk Shot, which is a play I didn't really like. But either way, we're gonna get rid of Druddigon here, and again, we're just at this point No crits, no flinches, and we win this game. And he goes into Jirachi here, and I still do not hit KO Jirachi. So I have to calm mind again. And he goes for Iron Head. I'm just gonna get the stored power off. He's choice scarfed clearly because he's para'd and he's still faster than me. We get the para there, and at this point he clicks Iron Head. He's just going for flinches at this point. He does get that flinch, but it's doing no damage. Even a crit flinch really didn't do much to us. He gets a couple of flinches here. All we need is one para, and there it is. We get one para, and Jirachi is done. So he's got 2 mons left. He's got Mian Xiao, and he's got Rotom. I'm pretty sure we're faster than Mian Xiao because he's para'd. So, but he does go for the fake out first, obviously. But at this point, I think, yeah, Tapu Fini is going to clean up. And we are going to pick up the 5-0 victory over Ari. And I think this game was really good, honestly. I don't think it was as... I don't think this 5-0 scoreline reflects how close this was or how well he played the early game. Especially how poorly I played Mega Scizor. I feel like he did give me a few too many free turns with Rotom in the middle that just let me annoy him with Miltank, and I feel like maybe letting me get a bit of chip on Jirachi wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world for him, considering he had AV Dragon in the back. Post game, I did see that he was Focus Sash Mian Xiao, so that was actually a really good bring because that was there for Final Gambit Victini. And I think that overall this was a really good game, and GG's to Ari. We move on to 6-0 plus 27, which is kind of nuts, kind of bonkers. I think we need one more game to tie up playoffs, and I'm really happy going into this, guys. Our game with Rick should be up soon as well, and our TBA game against King Rock will be up sometime, probably this weekend. So here's hoping y'all have had maybe not as bad a 2020 as everyone else, and here's to hoping y'all have a great 2021. Happy New Year, y'all, and that's it from me. Stay safe during the pandemic, guys. This is TRT77 signing off.